Actually, can you talk about your 25-point performance? And was it one of those games where you realized you had 25 points?
No, not really. I think that kind of made some moves in the first half that I thought, I could have finished or could have gone stronger. And, we just kind of talked about, being aggressive, coming out aggressive. And I think, there were some fouls that we probably, we were like, well, we probably should have got that. But into the first half, we got to move on from that. And we just, talked about how if we were more aggressive, then, we would get those calls. And, I think that we came out the second half and obviously, they got a couple fouls, right in a row. And, Shaylin came out and hit some big shots, and I just think that, that lifted our momentum so much to be able to open things up for us on the inside as well.
How were you able to squeeze in for those offensive rebounds with that possession with about a minute left?
I don't really know. It's just one of those, we talk about offensive rebounding all the time, and, it's just one of those things that in a situation like that, if you're not crashing the offensive rebounds, there's something wrong with you. You want to get those extra possessions, and I think that was obviously, a key to the game was the offensive rebounds at the end.
Ashley, could you talk about your aggressiveness, getting to the free throw line 11 times? What was your mentality and mindset like throughout the second half?
Every time we came over, for a media, I think it was, the coaches just saying, be aggressive, stay strong, don't flop around, don't bend, don't break, stay strong, go to the hole, and you'll get the calls, and, that's what I try to do, and, I think, the refs obviously were seeing some contact and started calling them in the second half.
How physical was it under there? It seemed like they really pushed you around in there a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty physical, but, I think this week at practice, that's kind of some of the things that we worked about, posting harder and being more aggressive on the post-up, and, like I said, I think that if you can be aggressive down low, then that's going to open up, things for your guards, and I think that that's what we saw, with Shaylin making the outside shots tonight.
Shaylin, having played Missouri now, what's most deceiving about the fact that they've only won once in league play?
Well, I think the Big 12 in general is just such a tough league. I mean, top to bottom. The quality of play is just unbelievable, and every given night anyone can come out and play well, like we saw tonight. I mean, you have to bring it every single game and every single possession, and I think that's what we saw tonight in Missouri. And then they are so tough, so athletic. They have a lot of things going for them, and I just think they probably just got maybe a little unlucky sometimes, and maybe just didn't put the whole game together. But they're an awesome opponent, and we're just we're lucky to come out with a win tonight.
Coach,
you had a three in the second half that kind of broke you guys out of the funk. What did you see on that play, and how did you feel shooting-wise tonight?
Well, I think you always have to shoot with confidence, but I think it's all about Shaylee penetrating, getting into the rim, and then it opens up for us on the outside, and then also Ashley, when she has an awesome game on the inside, obviously they're going to collapse on her, and then it's up to us shooters to knock the in and out that they give us. And so I think that's what I tried to do, and it was just good to be able to step up and help my teammates out.
Coach, you have a tough test Wednesday at Baylor. How do you prepare for that mentally and offensively?
Well, I think we all understand the magnitude of the challenge. That's one of the best teams in America, and you're going to be playing them on their home court after they've lost 2 games at home for the first time since the world was created. So they're definitely going to be very stoked and ready. And that's Big 12 basketball. Those are the kind of challenges you have to live for and work toward and, hunger for. So we're going to go down there after a couple more days of practice here, working on us, continue to get better. For us, I think at this point in time, we're just going to put a great deal of emphasis on getting better at the things we do and the things that are going to allow us to maximize who we are. And we'll classic scout, we'll do what we do. It's a really neat thing. Shaylin just said it, on any given night in this league, anything can happen. And we're not going to give an inch to anybody, and no one's going to give us an inch. So we're going down there with the mindset of being as competitive as possible and bringing our best game. And as of today, and we'll see what that means when it's all said and done. We know that feeling after the ISU loss of not walking away feeling like you've brought your best game. So I think this team is going to continue to work as hard as they can, and whether it's Baylor or whoever it is next, it's all about being prepared and ready to go, and making sure that they've got to think a little bit about us too.
What makes them so good? Not just at home.
Well, they're very unbelievably athletic. They're fast. You know, they're a physical basketball team. They're just a classic Big 12, you know, team. Danielle Wilson's playing, you know, good basketball, great shot blocking ability, and you know, on the perimeter with Griffin and Jasmine Player and Morrow. They've got two of those three are very experienced, and at the same time, I think this is an opponent that over time we've competed extremely well with, and we're going to look forward to that challenge.
Let's see, the environment at the Farrell Center, is that as good as there is in the Big 12? I mean, just,
Well, I think it's definitely one of the better environments in the Big 12. You know, nowadays there's so many. You know, the one we just came away from at Iowa State. We're creating a great home court here. Texas is very legit. Oklahoma, Texas A&M. So those are the environments that I think come to mind, and certainly the Farrell Center will be hopping because again, they know there's someone's coming down there to challenge them at home, and I think we've established that we're a pretty good team on the road over time. So I think it's going to be a great matchup and a great game.
Ashley, could you talk a little bit about the challenge of going down there? And is that kind of what you live for as a player?
Yeah, I definitely think, you know, every time you come out, like Shaylin talked about in this league, it's going to be a tough game. And, you know, I think that's the exciting thing about this league. You know, you're never, you know, every team is a quality opponent. And, you know, Baylor, like we talked about, is just one of those great atmospheres. They have a great, you know, they have a great team down there. And, you know, I remember when we went down there my freshman year, you know, we gave them a run for their money. And, you know, we just want to go down there and play our game and, you know, see what happens.